Hi guys, a very good morning to class 5. So, how was your weekend? How was your Sunday? How did you enjoy? You had fun, had some good food and all that, cooked yourself and all, and had picnic, picnic. Okay, very good. I hope you guys have enjoyed. You are ready with your breakfast and you're fit and fine and being safe and being at home, and that's really nice and I like it. It's good to be back, and you must have already got that I had given you the chapter 3 and 4 uh, question answers on the website. It's been uploaded there, you can get it there. So it's in that thing, and we were on chapter 5 at present, and we were with the equatorial forest region, right? So we were just at the front, first part of it. So I'm going to just brief you, and then we'll go to the next part of it. The first part was the climate, plant life and wildlife, right? So I'll just brief you with the regions first, and then we'll come down to the climate, the plant life. We are almost done with plant life, and the wildlife is left, and we have the human life, right? So I'm going to give you the basic idea. I'm not touching the book right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just explain according to my information which I know about it, and after that we'll go ahead with it. Okay, is it clear? Should we start? Come on, let's rock. Okay, fine, great. So we were at the equatorial regions. As I had told you, the equatorial regions are all about next to the equator, and they accumulate at least 6% of the earth's surface. Is it clear? Okay, they are often in lowland areas and have a climate that is hot and wet all around the year. I have told you that. Tropical rainforests grow in equatorial regions. Okay, the Amazon rainforest, we have the Atlantic rainforest, the Madagascar lowland forest, the Ituri forests, the Hawaiian tropical rainforest, the Daintree rainforest, and the Harpan rainforest. That's in Sumatra. Daintree rainforest is in Australia. Hawaiian is in the Hawaiian Islands. Ituri rainforest is in Republic of Congo, that's Africa. Madagascar, the island of Madagascar is the Madagascar lowland. The Atlantic forest is Brazil, Paraguay and Argentina. And Amazon rainforest, as you know, it's in Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Bolivia, Guyana, Suriname and French Guiana. Okay, so we are clear till that. I have told you all about that. Some of the longest rivers in the world flow through tropical forests like the Amazon, Mekong, Orinoco and Congo, because they receive so much rainfall. Okay, so we are done with that. Now we will come to the climate. This I have already done with you. Okay, so now we are coming to the climate. Climate also I had told you that the sun rays are very direct in equatorial regions, so the climate is very hot throughout the year. It's very hot throughout the year with temperatures usually above 25 degrees centigrade. The air is also calm and there is no prevailing wind. There's not so much of wind, and it's not windy. If there's too much of wind, the clouds can move away. And the tropical rainforest gets about 168 centimeters of rainfall every year, and it rains very heavily most in the afternoons. That's round about at 4 p.m. It's written in your book as well also. So the rainfall occurs along with the thunderstorms. As I had told you, I had explained you the drawing, what happened, that the ground gets heated with the direct sun because it's very close to the equator. Because it's the equator and the sun rays fall directly on it, it gets hot, it starts picking up the evaporation, the plant starts sweating, that again water goes up as water vapor, and it goes and becomes clouds and becomes bigger clouds than that. When they hit each other, there is thunderstorm and rain in the late afternoon, and this rainfall is called the conventional rainfall. So you must know all this so that you have a basic idea actually what is all happening in and around the place. The weather of each days of the year is similar, it does not change. They are the only area in the world where the seasons do not change. They have a constant season because there's always constant the sun rays are falling directly on the equator. Okay, now we have the plant life. I'll come back to the plant life with you, and the plant life is all about which I had explained to you. There are 100 of hardwood trees in the tropical rainforest like mahogany, rosewood, ebony. Rainforests are very dense. Trees have to fight for sunlight. They grow very tall and spread out their upper branches to catch more light. Okay, they are emergent trees. Their height goes up to 40 meters, and the top of the trees form a layer of 7 meters thick called the canopy, which blocks out the sunlight from the to the forest floor. Climbing plants called lianas grow up to the sunlight. They have to get sunlight to make their food, so they all want to go up and get, and the canopy arrange itself so that it can take in as much as sunlight possible. The forest floor is very dark and gloomy, so few plants can grow there. Ground level there is a mass of rotting vegetation and fungus. As I had explained you, the leaves fall down, some animals die or insects die, they become fungus, and it becomes pure, or it becomes a manure for the plants, and they get their food from there as well. Okay, now flat buttress roots. What I had told you about flat buttress roots is, what are flat buttress roots? I had explained it to you. I guess you must have forgotten it, and I'll explain it again, don't worry. What is a buttress roots? Now buttress roots are very large, wide roots, on all sides of a shallowy rooted tree. Okay, shallowy means the water comes up to it. Sometimes there's no water next to it. Okay, it's in a shallow area where there's less water, and typically they are found in nutrient poor tropical forest soils that they may not be very deep. They prevent tree from falling over while also gathering more nutrients. Buttress are tension elements being larger on the side away. The roots don't grow inside the ground, they are on top of the ground. They are holding like legs and hands, they are all over. They grow each place to go ahead and get their nutrients which they grow. So the plant also gets sunlight from the top with their canopy type leaves, and at the same time they flow around the ground to get nutrients about it, not information. Instead of penetrating deeper into the soil layers, what happens, the buttress roots, it creates a widespread root network at the surface for more efficient uptake of nutrients in a very nutrient and poor competitive environment. So because there's so much of rain and there's no nutrients and the sunlight doesn't come on the earth, so there is less nutrients there. Most of it is fungus, isn't it? Everything is dying there. So most of the nutrients within the soil of a tropical rainforest occur near the surface because the rapid turnover time of decomposition of organisms and leaves. The words which I am using, you should understand. Decomposition means the leaves and insects and whatever animals are dying, it's decomposing, it's getting spoiled, and that spoiled thing becomes manure for the plants. It gives it nutrient food. So that's why the roots carry out from this. Because of this decomposition, the buttress roots occur at the surface, so the trees can maximize their uptake and actively compete with the rapid uptake of other trees. These roots also aid in water uptake and storage, increase surface area for gas exchange, and collect the leaf litter for added nutrition. These roots actually reduce soil erosion and maximize barrier to the ground flow. Also, the large surface areas of these roots provide support and stability to the rainforest trees, in which commonly grown to significant heights. And suppose there is a plant like this and there are straight roots, it might fall, but if you have roots spread over like this, the tree won't move, isn't it? If the base is good, the tree won't move. It's like yours. If your studying is good, your base is good, what you study, if that is strong, and if you understand, you will not shake, you will be focused. Understand? Okay, so we are done with the plants here. Now what is left? We were doing plants. I have explained you the plants, and oh yes, I forgot to tell you, the trees are adapted for living in the hot and wet climate. They have the buttress root, I told you, waxy leaves for it to be slippery, to stop fungi growing on them, reduce transpiration of water, loss of water in the heat. Large flat type leaves, drips, they have those drips. The water, if it falls on it, it will take in the water direct to the roots, and branchless trunks to grow quickly and fill the gaps in the canopy. They don't have branches, they grow straight tall. Other trees have branches, so they are short. This goes out to get to the canopy so that they can get more sunlight. An evergreen experience, as the continuous growing season allows them to shed their leaves anytime. Okay, so sometimes they're shedding, they're getting leaves. That doesn't have to be on a specific season, as the season and climate and the weather is variably the same throughout the year. What are the trees grown here? Is coffee, chocolate, banana. Chocolate is cocoa. Okay, coffee is also from cocoa. So coffee, chocolate, banana, avocado, and sugarcane are originally came from plants growing in the tropical forest. Slowly they came into other countries. Got it? So we are done with plants. I had explained it to you till here, and now we are going to go to the animals part, wildlife. Okay. So now you see what is in your book. I have not yet read. Okay. So book is just close by to me, but I am giving you the general information of what it is all about, and after that I'll touch your book, because one class I'm going to just read with you, because after I explain you get to know what is inside this book, and then we come on the same page, we do that, and then I do the question answers for you. What you have to do is, you will only do the true and false, match the following, and you will get choose the correct answers, unscramble the letters, which I always tell you, and answer the following questions. I'll do for you with the answers, so that you can have the perfect answers and everyone is on the same page and they have the same answer and they don't have any problems. Is it cool? Okay, fine. So before starting the wildlife, I want to tell you, you understand what is wildlife, isn't it? Wildlife means all type of animals in the wild. Means they are not trained, they don't get trained, they are not domesticized, and they don't get to be taken care of. Clean and simple. That is wildlife. They don't understand anything. They understand only what is going on with them. Okay. So it's like that. Okay, now we come to the wildlife. A diverse range of millions of different animal species. Now get what I say. A diverse range, a huge range of millions of different animal species live in the rainforest, because there is plenty of food, water and warmth for them. Animals also need warmth, isn't it? We also need warmth when it even rains also we feel cold, so we try to keep ourselves warm. So when I'm sleeping in the night, or you're sleeping in the night, you feel cold, your mother comes and gives you a blanket or a bed sheet and she covers you up, or you wear warm clothes, anything. Who's going to take care of the animals? Who's going to come there for them? Will the animal will not go and get a blanket or something? So they have to keep warm with the climate in the jungle. Understood? So a diverse range of millions of different animal species live in that forest, because there is plenty of food, water and warmth for them. And we are not there. Human beings are not there to disturb them. But yes, there are there are tribals, there are people, there are who live there, and they kill them. Okay, so this is how it is done. So I was trying to explain this to you. Okay, so what happens is, basically wildlife, they stay inside, and the people, they eat off the jungle. Whatever is there in the jungle, they use it. Okay, whatever is there in the jungle, they have to eat it. They use the jungle. The wildlife uses the jungle for their food and water. That is so simple as that. We have to go to the restaurant, we have to go to the market, we have to buy live, we have to do this, we have to do that. But for them, the jungle is their market, the jungle is their big bazaar, the jungle is their their Pizza Hut, their McDonald's, their Domino's, everything is there. So they can't have anything else. Okay, so it's like that. And arboreal animals that live among the branches. Most of the animals there need to be able to move from tree to tree. Only small creatures live on the forest floor, that live on the branches. mostly are birds, and because they can move from tangled shrubbery more easily than larger animals, smaller ones stay on the floor. Eagles sit on branches of the tallest trees, looking for animals below who they can swoop down to eat. Parrots are there. We get lot of parrots with the curved beaks. We get the open nut seeds too from the giant. They can break open the nuts for eating, and feathers help them to stay camouflaged. Among the color of the tree, they don't. No one can understand who is sitting there. We have sloths who have human-like claws to help to grip branches. They move very slowly and sleeping hanging upside down. We have the flying squirrel, glides between trees using a flap of loose skin, connects in front of his hind legs. We have spider monkeys, have a powerful tail which use them to help swing quickly from branch to branch. We have tree frogs, we have jaguars, it's like a cheetah type animal, and they kill to bite directly through the skull between the ears and into the brain. Jaguars are like that, directly will bite you on your head. And we have chameleons. They change their colors from, it's like a girgit which you say, a girgit, so it's like that. We have howler monkeys who scream a lot. It's like one of the, it screams so loud you can hear it from 20 miles ago. We have tapirs, a long snout for fallen fruits and nuts they eat. We have the leaf cutter ants. We have the weevils. These are the basic animals we have. We have crocodiles. We have the anaconda. We have many. We have tigers. We have the lions also. Not, we don't have generally lions out there, but the jaguar is very much more known. That crocodiles are obviously there. The river Amazon crocodiles. The anaconda is obviously there. Okay. So I'll come back in the next video and I'll tell you about the people there. Then we'll go to the reading part of the book. Okay. See you in the next video. Take care.